All right, so each hole is worth points. That's 1 point, 2 point, 3 points, 4 points, and then you got that checkerboard money ball to go anywhere.
Okay.
So here you go. That's a one-pointer to start us off.
All right, here we go.
Josh Norman. Here we go. That's
Got
an easy one-pointer. Okay, now, two-pointer.
Two-pointer.
Here we go. In the counterweight corner, Josh Norman. He now has 3 points.
Sunk it.
You get this. You get this. You get this. You beat Michael Irvin on the game just to get a little bit competitive juices going.
Let me hear a comment.
Here you go. Josh Norman for a 3-pointer. He already has 3 to double his total. Here we go. Oh, baby, he has done it. Here we go.
I gotta hear that commentary.
Here you go.
I gotta hear that
This is for the Josh Norman for the lead, the Rich Eisen Show lead. He's already beaten Irvin and Ryan Leaf. This is for the outright lead. The 4-pointer, Josh Norman. Oh, that's really hard.
Oh!
Yeah. So now, hold on a second. The money ball, you can go anywhere you want. You can go
anywhere?
2 points, 1 point. The 3 would give you the lead right here if you want to go for the 3.
Okay.
Or you can go for the 4. Here you go. Here we go.
Right here.
I'll take this down.
All right.
Josh Norman, Washington Redskins for the outright lead. Here we go. For glory. Oh, yeah, Josh Norman! He jumped over poles and the entire leaderboard. Roll your brake, Josh Norman. Michael Irvin, when he sat here, he had only 5 points. Josh Norman leaped over the leaderboard like it was a bull in Pamplona. And he's now leading after jarring a money ball putt for just 3 points. He used strategy, used his stroke. Josh Norman, I very rarely start with this on a show for guests. Congratulations for being on the Rich Eisen Show.
Thanks, Rich. Thanks for having me. I appreciate that.
How often do you golf, Josh?
I don't. I never golf, no offense, but I just, it's just too slow for me.
That's fantastic.
But hearing you, though, break that down.
It's amazing. Well, yeah, I was doing my golf voice. I mean, Reggie Bush, is he like a scratch golfer, Chris? I mean, he's a serious. He came in here
and was very much bragging.
We showed pictures of Tiger Woods giving him lessons.
Yeah.
You just beat him, Josh. That's impressive.
I mean, I guess when the lights come on, that who comes out.
That is. Well, it's good to see you.
Well, thank you.
And it's great to see you in one piece. So let me start with this. I will ask the question that many football fans, many just human beings in America last week was asking when video of you from Pamplona in Spain came back. Just a real basic question. What the hell were you thinking? What are you doing out there?
You know, just tackling a challenge that most wouldn't do.
I would say. So, why? Why'd you do it?
Just trying out my new booster package that I was working on this year.
Your booster package.
Yeah, man. Every year you got to evolve yourself into something else. And this year we went a little bit above that and, went world class. But, no, for me, though, it's literally like, I mean, would you rather, live and die? Mm-hmm. Would you rather die and never lived? For me. And you can do anything, pretty much that sums it up as, you can do anything in this world, anything in this life. You can just go outside your front door and get in the car and something happened to you. An accident happens. You were safe. You can even go out there and be in practice and be on the football field and tear an ACL. And you're safe. I can go out there and run the pools and I do something exciting and something that, brings out the best in me in my life, in my world. Mm-hmm. And I win at that. I become victorious at that. And it's an issue. I don't understand it because it's something that I feel like I'm doing that is like bringing peace and bringing joy to me. Mm-hmm. And I'm excited. Outweigh the risk, of course. I've never would have done it if I didn't, It's for me, though, it's that thrill and that excitement that I get. And then you look on the people's faces and they in a celebratory moment.
Yeah.
Can't never beat that, man.
Well, I saw it and my first thought was, okay, I'm assuming he prepared for this. Did you? I mean,
for sure.
Okay.
Like when you go through, I didn't really prepare because when I went in the arena, like I felt like somebody else took control of me and I became like a modern day kind of like gladiator, being in there back in that time and just feeling that, the Coliseum with the sands and the people that was around and you seeing everything and then it bull out and you see everybody running and, getting some people getting just smashed by the bull.
Right.
And then you look at it and I'm like, okay, everybody going running up and circling and going and touching again his way. Why don't I just take it up a notch and just jump over it?
Jump over it.
So
I mean, yeah, because we just looked at the video and I don't think the bull moves very much. You did, in fact, leap over the length, the height and length of the bull.
Yeah, I had to, match it up. I had to size it up. Pretty much have calculations to the point where you never want to jump behind it because you never know what it may do. It may turn right, left on a dime. Yeah. So I wanted just to face it head on.
The bull did just put its head down. Did you think it was about to try and gore you when you?
It was.
Gore you in a way?
I mean, literally, it came straight directly at me. Right. So I charged back at it. And I was like, hey, who's going to win, big fella? And so I just decided to go over it, and I knew I was going to clear it. It was just something that, I just made sure when I got down that it was a pretty clean landing. Like you do those 747s, just tap the ground.
Josh Norman here on the Rich Eisen Show. Have you heard from the Redskins?
Have I? Yeah.
What'd they say?
Nothing.
Really?
We were supposed to say something?
I don't know. Is it in? I just don't know. Yeah, I mean, you're pretty. Look, you're in. I'm not telling you tales out of school. I mean, you're a very integral member of the team.
Yeah.
So if I'm in management or a coach and I'm like seeing this video, somebody's presenting it to me, I'm like, what's he doing?
Okay.
Okay.
Hey, you gotta know your personnel. I think you gotta know your personnel. Know who you.
Right.
Who's the person that you're talking with, and,
Okay.
and knowing that person loves that type of stuff, and knowing that he won't put himself in jeopardy enough to put the team in jeopardy. Because for me, I just feel like something like that is nothing to me when you look at it and all I've done and just completely took myself in a role that most can't do that. I mean, some guy got gored here in his neck. I think it was like a lawyer or something from here got gored in his neck. And I'm like, hell, you gotta know your personnel. You go out there and run with the bull. You go get the horns if you don't, athletic enough to move out the way.
Because the video we're seeing here, it's in an arena. Did you literally run the streets with them too?
Yeah, I did the whole thing.
What is that like?
Oh my gosh, it's crazy. Like it's by far the most craziest, scariest, funnest thing I've ever done. Just because, you got those 1,500-pound bulls just running the streets, like 6 of them. You hear those bells, and then you see all the people just coming. And they are running fast. But it's not the bulls. I want to make this clear. It's not the bulls that get you.
What is it?
It's the people. It is literally the people, because the people will not move out of your way. And then we run some fool looking back, and then they end up jumping and bumping into you. And then there you go out on the streets, and those bulls charging, they ain't slowing down for nobody. Especially when they hit that dead man's curve, they hit that bank. And if you in that bank and you trapped between the wall and them, it's over with.
Lights out. And is there? I'm being serious. Is there anything similar to running a ball back, running a pick back in the NFL to that sort of thing? I mean, obviously there's no life or death issue, but when there's people all over the place, you're used to running through traffic or being in a situation like that. Is there any comparison to the rush or the sensory perception of it at all?
You still get that adrenaline. You still get that adrenaline rush for sure. It's pretty much like, I don't know if I want to say this, but you watch The Waterboy by Boucher, right? Everybody watched that.
I'm interested where this is going. Yes, we have seen
the
that.
guy caught that punt, number 27. He ran through those holes, those tools, and it was like just him.
Right.
And then the end zone, and then you just saw that everybody was celebrating in that moment. It's kind of like that feel. It's kind of like that. Like you have that just, I don't know, that excitement just comes through you, but then that rush, like, oh shoot, I got these bulls behind me. And if I don't get out the way and get moving right now through those tulips, then something's gonna happen. And I'm not trying to be a part of that person that happened to it. So for me, I looked at it as I'm gonna sprint as fast as I can, get out of Dodge and see what happens. And some idiot came out the left side of me and just wiped me out. So I had to bank it real quick. And so I saw somebody fall on top of me, and then the bulls was coming. And I was like, well, let's make sure he stays on top of me. So if the bull come, it'll be him before me.
This is what was going through. This happened? Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
but it was like literally, I was on the left side, but the thing is, the bulls went straight down the middle. They don't never veer off.
Okay.
It's not nothing that they don't get trapped. If the one get behind, they catch up to the rest of the herd. And so when I got up, I started running to the rest of the crew. I had the pack bulls. It's like 4 of them running behind me. So I was running in front of them all the way into the arena. And once I got in that arena, everybody was like celebrating, having a good time. And then the next thing I know, they end up letting the bull out. I did never see this coming. And they let him out and everybody started running around. And I was like, holy crash. Like, these guys coming out running. And so I saw that and I tried to take it up a notch. And so when I jumped it the first time, everybody started like cheering and yelling. I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. And then I did it the second time, and then I heard this word, El Saltador, El Saltador. And I didn't know what that means. I left that one day, and then I started hearing that through the streets, and I was like, okay, whatever. And came back the second day, did it again, and they stopped the music and everything.
Get
and
out of
they
here.
just started yelling that in the stands.
To you.
To me. Like me now, I'm a football player here in the States.
Sure.
Correct?
Yes, sir.
They don't know me from Adam House.
Josh
They don't-
Josh Norman is not
they don't know
out there in
anybody.
Pamplona.
When I get there,
Yeah.
and they start chanting that name, so I'm like a hero in Spain almost, not even back here.
Hold on a second.
It's bananas.
Let me
This is
get
the
this down
wildest
so
thing
I
ever.
can use this on any host of shows this NFL season. El Saltador?
Yes, it's like the jumper.
El Saltador.
Like the matador.
Yes.
Like the matador is like the jumper. So
I would love just 1 second in my life to have the words El Saltador chanted to me.
Would be our fantasy name.
in the crowd, it was like the most exuderating feeling ever that came upon me just hearing that. And you just looking up, it's like you back in that gladiator space of time, you know?
Now-
It's unreal.
Well, it's been going since like the 1590s, and now here it is at 2019. Josh Norman on the Rich Eisen Show. I asked this with no hint of sarcasm or irony. Is this something that you think you can use this fall? Like literally, you jumped over a bull. You did this. So now, what you do for a living in the NFL, one-on-one on an island, or trying to stop somebody coming like a bull at you one-on-one. Is this something you can use?
Well, I'll say this: it's no fear factor that's in me that I won't do.
Well, I wouldn't have thought the word fear factor for you was even in the realm, Josh. I'm not going to be like of all the people. Like, hey, I know you know Josh Norman. So what's the one adjective you use? I mean, fearful would not have been the word though. But is there something like now that you're okay? So it's just another thing that you done. Just scratch that off the list.
Pretty much. I mean, look death in the eye, and I cheated literally over top of it. But I don't. I could. I'm pretty sure I will.
Well, here's one. I'll give you 1 week where it's going to work.
Tell me.
Week 9. Do you know where you're playing in week 9?
I got a somewhat of a clue.
You want to take one? It's at the Bills, at the Buffalo Bills. So take your pick at any one of those Bills and just leap right over them, Josh.
So is this the irony you're going with right now? Is that where you're going with that?
No. It's interesting. You're playing the Bills. You know, when it's all happening.
I know, right? It's kind of crazy.
You don't play Cleveland, do you?
Do I play Cleveland? I think we got them in the preseason. if
You
I'm
got
not
them in.
mistaken.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you think of Odell's new digs? What do you think of that?
I don't know, man. I think he digs on what?
His new spot, Cleveland.
Oh, his new spot.
Yeah. Because everybody,
cool.
there's all sorts of buzz around the Cleveland Browns.
It is. There's a lot of buzz. They got a lot of people there, and a lot of talent. That's for sure. It's just if those guys can all work together and find a way to get it done, because you got a lot of personalities in that team, a lot of them. So if they all mesh well, I don't see why they can't be a playoff contending team.
Well, I'm not saying that this would happen with Cleveland, but walk me through how would too many personalities on a team affect a team? Put your analyst hat on that you do from time to time.
I'll take that back and say personalities. I just think everybody on the same page. because you can have a lot of personalities and everybody can, mesh well with that as well. But if you have those personalities and they don't mesh well with each other, then that creates a type of chaos that you don't want.
And it could come out on the field.
It could come out on the field, and it definitely can come out in your personal side of it too, in the locker room, and that's a thing that you don't want. So I don't want to say they're gonna have that.
Of course, no,
at
I'm not-
all.
no.
But they have that, type of talent that can be great if they allow it to, like, grow and over time, that is, watered and taken care of, and it grows and sprout up to something great.
Okay. Now, I know when you were on last, we were talking about Haskins, just seeing him first blush.
Yeah.
Because it looks like he's your guy here. And
Big fella.
what do you, like a big, yeah, he
He's
is
a big fella. He got a big arm. It's the league, so a lot of things it's not going to come as easy as it was for him, because there's some stuff he has to learn, the terminology, and then, the throws, some throws that he he don't make here because it's the tighter windows. It's so much more tighter windows. And he's seeing that, and his confidence, you don't ever want to bust that up, but you want to show him and help him to get better each and every day with all he's doing. And but he has all the tangibles to be a really great quarterback.
This is going to be exciting.
It's going to be.
I can't
believe
wait.
it.
No, seriously. I mean, today Kyler Murray shows up for work today.
Yeah.
Dwayne Haskins is going to get the start, obviously, for you guys, it seems like. I don't want to look. No,
You're throwing it out there.
I mean,
He's
it's
getting the start.
like, I mean, he's a hometown kid. Alex Smith just had a brace removed, so obviously it's not like he's going to be coming back anytime soon, and that's terrible and unfortunate. I'm excited for all of these storylines in the NFL, just rookies alone, and one's right there for you.
Yeah.
And having a rookie quarterback can be maddening sometimes, but also in this day and age, it seems that these kids are coming out of college ready to go more often than not these days,
Yeah, I think the league has done a good job with that transition for, the rookies, quarterbacks, just because of how they set them up and what we can't do anymore as a defender towards that. And we'll allow that to, be a little bit more open to where they can succeed more. Some guys take that mantle and they step up to it, and some, it takes them years to develop, because you got to think about it. They are babies, infants coming into this. To be a great quarterback, you don't start get that nod until you, in your 5th year, you really start to get going. You know what I'm saying? Some guys, cut that in half. But it's what you make it, because I see those guys at the quarterback position as being the premium for what we do.
Well, yeah, they're certainly paid like it too.
Yeah, they are.
They're certainly paid
Give me
like
some
it.
of that, but no, they do a good job, man. It's a hard position to play. It really is. But then you look around, they have to carry a lot on those shoulders, especially when you got guys like me looking down and staring down that barrel, ready to take a bite out of crime anytime I can get a chance.
I like that, like McGruff the crime dog right
better
there.
believe it.
So, and then the last time we spoke as well, it was not yet totally official that DPI and offensive pass interference would be reviewable this year. So how does that make your life any tougher, do you think? Or better?
I don't know, man. We playing with the game now. You playing with the game. Something that's been going on, I don't know. I mean, almost, this is the 100th season, so it's been still the same game. Still the same game. 11 guys on each side going after it and trying to win the ball game. But now we're putting the analytics to it, and we're starting to, how would I say, baby the watchers that's watching it into something that they feel as if they want to make this game perfect, when it's an imperfect game playing by imperfect people. Like, how do you do that? How do you make something right? Then you're going to have to go back and watch everything. You're going to have to replay this. You're going to have to replay that. For soon, we're going to start getting flags. Every flag going to probably have to get replayed now, because you open that up when you do that. I mean, we play on the outside as we try to go and get the football. Okay, you may have a tug here and there. You may have a push off here and there. But to sit back in the 2 minutes of the game, when you get it all the way down to that, and you fought all the way in those 4 quarters, and you get down to the end of it, and you can call a flag on a play and go back and replay it and see if the DB tugged or not, and see if the offensive pass interference came. Like, we got into that part. We came from all the way in the beginning to now we go to looking at the replay to determine the game and giving the ball to someone else, and then they set up for a field goal, and you walk off the field because of that play. That one person is probably going to have his head down for the rest of the year if the season's over with, and depending on that play.
How, would you feel any differently if you were a Saint?
Would I feel
after the NFC Championship game?
Of course I'd be pissed, but it is what it is. I mean, I would literally be pissed, but what can you do? I mean, that's the game. What explanation they're going to give you? It's over with. Can't go back and replay it. Can't go back and do anything. Just be better for it next year. And literally, don't put it in the hands of the officials. That's what they always say.
Play better than the refs, right?
You have to. Like, because you know you playing against 2 teams. You playing against them and the refs. But at the same time, like, you have to pretty much put on your pants and get the game over with quick so you don't have to put in that position. Because if you do, the outcome will not be in your favor if you think it will.
Yeah, because the number of challenges that a coach can use has not been expanded. So during the game, there won't be, more. And the coach is going to really have to think about it, because when you open up replay, anything that's reviewable can be reviewed. So offensive pass interference can be seen if they're trying to check to see if you had a defensive pass interference call, and they see a receiver shove off you, they could say, no, Josh Norman was good. It's the receiver that was the issue.
That's what
and
I
now
was
there's a
talking
flag
about.
for offensive pass interference. So a coach is going to have to think twice about it. It is the last 2 minutes of the game where this is going to be a potential issue.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, I'm just going to chalk it up to the game. Hell, it is what it is. Like, I'm playing the whole 4 quarters, and I get down to 2 minutes, and that happens. Like, whatever, man. Like, really, whatever. Because I've been out there playing, bust my tail and bust my chops for freaking 58 minutes. And it comes down to these 2 minutes where you want to call a pass interference by something I've done and I end up making a play on. Like, whatever. Like, chalk that up to the game, seriously, because I can't do anything outside of that space and try to defend these, guys who's, are fast as heck, fast as lightning.
Mm-hmm.
They can turn in a split second of a dime. Quarterback knows where he's going with the ball. Receiver knows the route he's running, and I'm trying to defend that backpedaling. Like, get out of here, man. Literally, like, this is the sport we play, so we know what we get into it. Like, I've been playing for all my life and sit out there on the edge. Like, literally, I'm going to defend what is mine, and I'm going to do it to the best of my abilities. And the refs know that about me. And so they're my buddies, like, literally. I talk to them before the game and after the game, and they understand how we get down. So if anything comes up, they'll let me know, and I'll watch it. But before then, I'm in it.
Before I let you go, you're wearing a Stars 24 shirt.
Yes,
What is
I
this?
am.
What is this about, Josh?
This is my nonprofit organization that we founded back in 2012, and actually I started myself in the league, and we've been going every single year and helping out the kids in my hometown and other areas.
In Carolina?
In Carolina, in my hometown, Greenwood, South Carolina, and then other places in Charlotte, Washington, D.C., and Florida, and just other places we go around and we try to help and touch others and kids, and we do a lot of things on that end. Even in McAllen, Texas, we was out there, and we was over in Flint and doing some things there as well. And so we coming up with a center that we're opening, teen center, where we teamed up with Boys and Girls Club of America, that will be groundbreaking come Monday, the 22nd. So we'll be ribbon cutting.
So that's going to be a big week for you. You got a ribbon cutting and a groundbreaking, and then opening of training camp for your 8th season.
The 24th. Oh, man. It's right around the corner. It seems so fast.
Well, that's your number, right?
Yeah, it is.
How about that?
Look at there, right?
Huh?
I didn't even think of that.
I'm just making connections.
Everything
I'm just
coming
connecting
together,
dots.
right?
I'm a dot connector. That's what I do for a living. You cover people. You jump over bulls. You live your life. You finished with second in Dancing with the Stars, which was awesome to see in person that one night.
And you moved the dots.
And I connect the dots. And now you're our leaderboard leader of the Rich Eisen
I don't even
show.
golf, so I'll take that one. But I'll say this, though.
Yes.
I'll say this.
Yes.
If you do connect the dots, tell me how you missed the dots with those pictures back there?
Well, we're going to connect that dot. Again, you were
Hold
here
on.
in 2016.
Wait a minute.
I didn't even have a
Hold
beard.
on.
I didn't even have a beard.
Wait a
We were a
minute.
year old.
Okay.
We've started just in the past year and a half. All right, that's a lot.
That's how you feel?
All right, no. We're about to take a picture,
Okay.
and that photograph's going on the wall.
I thought it was better than that.
We are better than that.
You got Jon Snow up there, and he just started not too long ago. Like, you just had him on the show. And he's up there.
Who is this?
Jon Snow. He's on the
Jon
wall.
Snow is definitely on the. I mean, you can't blame me for
Jon
putting
Snow's
Jon
on the
Snow
wall.
on the wall.
But he
I
made
mean,
it before me. Like, and I was on your guest. I was the show first.
That is true.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
Okay, so we're about to take a photograph,
Nah,
and it's going.
listen.
No, and it's going to go on the wall. I mean,
No, man, I was just shooting
you are one of
shots.
my favorites, Josh Norman. At J_no24 and no underscore on Instagram. That's Twitter and Instagram. Go follow that to learn more about Stars with a Z 24, Josh Norman's program. Good to see you, man.
Always good to
Let's
see you,
chat throughout the season as
Let's do it.
you matriculate your way. You only face the entire NFC East 3 of the first 4 weeks right out of the gate, and then you got a Chicago home date on Monday Night Football. That's your September, sir.
I know, right? It is fast.
It's coming.
It is.
I know. And July is almost over. That's Josh Norman right here on The Rich Eisen Show.
For more of The Rich Eisen Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV for free on BR Live or download the Rich Eisen Show app.